Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Jai Shri
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram.
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is 4th of October and it is a Friday. It is Ashwini Masa or Padmanabha Masa and it is the Sukla Paksham and the Vidya Tithi. So there are no Vaishnava events today, so we shall quickly move into Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, so Lord Brahma, so far he has spoke in Srimad Bhagavatam briefly to Narada Muni. So Narada Muni inquired all the questions, Yadrupam, Yadadisthanam, everything, what is sustaining this entire material cosmic manifestation. And my dear father, O Brahma, what is behind you? You are always meditating. You are just creating this universe just like a gooseberry in your hand. Like that, you are doing everything. How it is possible? Likewise, Narada Muni inquired so many questions, and Brahma, he has spoken about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then his expansions and the Purusha Sukta and all his glories, devotional service and his devotees, and what is that spiritual path. After speaking that, that is summarizing that everything whatever I have spoken, oh my dear child Narada Muni, this is called Srimad Bhagavatam. It is Bhagavatam. I have explained to you briefly. So you take this Bhagavatam and describe and expand further. And you have to expand in such a way that whoever hears and you need to expand with a proper determination, so that people will take to the devotional service and they attain the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Likewise, Brahma said to Narada Muni. So, idam bhagavatam nama yenme bhagavatoditam sangrahoyam vibhutinam tvam etad vipulai kuru yataharo bhagavati nunam bhaktir bhavishyati sarvatmani akiladhare iti sankalpya varnaya. So, iti sankalpya varnaya. We have to give this, propagate this Krishna consciousness movement so that everyone will take bhakti. Nunam bhakti bhavishyati, so that people will take that bhakti to the Sarvatmani Akiladhare, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the shelter for everyone, Sarvatmani Akiladhare. In such a way, iti sankalpya varnaya, with proper determination, you propagate Krishna consciousness with the uh, uh, greater extent. Likewise, Brahma is saying to Narada Muni. So later on, after saying to Narada Muni, he is saying what could be the result of it. So this is how Brahma is concluding the 7th chapter of 2nd canto. So today Brahma says that when you are explaining these glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, propagating Krishna consciousness, it needs to be as it is. As it is. Whatever is as it is, whatever Lord has spoken, it should be aligning to the Lord's statements. And it should be approved by the Supreme Lord. And when you are expanding or propagating this Krishna consciousness movement, then whoever hears every day, then they will be able to cross this material science, cross this Maya, material energy of the Lord. Likewise, Brahma is saying. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, chapter 7 and verse number 53. So this is the last verse of this chapter. And tomorrow we shall recite this chapter. Okay, so verse number 53, second canto, chapter 7, verse number 53. Mayam varnato amushya ईश्वरस्य अनुमोदतः शृण्वतः श्रद्धया नित्यं मायया आत्मा न मुह्यति mayam varnayato amushya mayam, the affairs of the external energy of the Lord. Amushya is the of the Lord. And varnayataha, while describing the external energy of the different affairs of the external energy of the Lord, mayam varnato amushya ishwarasya anumodataha. Very, very important. Ishwarasya anumodataha. Those statements, it needs to be as it is. Coming down from Krishna and then Brahma and everything, it must be as it is, without any change, without any adulteration. Ishwarasya anumodataha, approved by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Ishwarasya, of the Personality of Godhead, anumodataha, thus appreciating as it is when we are explaining. Ishwarasya anumodataha. Shrunvataha Shraddhaya Nityam. Shrunvataha, thus hearing, Shraddhaya with devotion, Nityam regularly. Shrunvataha Shraddhaya Nityam, Maya Atma na Muhyati. Maya, by the illusion energy, Atma na Muhyati, he will not be bewildered by this illusion energy of the Lord. Maya Atma na Muhyati. This is Atma is the living entity. Namuhyati, he is never become illusion when he is hearing Srimad Bhagavatam every day, regularly. Shrunutaha Sraddhaya Nityam Maya Atma Namuhyati. Likewise, Brahma is saying the result of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam every day. This is Shrinuta in the beginning itself. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nasta Prayeshu Buddheshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. So likewise, Sutta Goswami, he has given as a summary of Srimad Bhagavatam. Here Brahma is saying the same statement here. Mayam Varnato Amushya Yeshwarasya Anumodataha. Shrinutaha Sraddhaya Nityam Maya Atma Namuhyati. So translation for this verse. The Lord's activities in association with his different energies should be described, appreciated, and heard in accordance with the teachings of the Supreme Lord. If this is done regularly with devotion and respect, one is sure to get out of the illusory energy of the Lord. And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request any unallocated devotees to read? Purport, please.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
The science of learning is subject matter seriously is different from the sentiments of fanatics. Fanatics or fools may consider the Lord's activities in relation with external energy to be useless for them, and they may falsely claim it be higher participants in the internal energy of the Lord. But factually, the Lord's activities in the relation with the external energy and the internal energy are equally good. On the other hand, those who are not completely free from the clutches of the Lord's external energy should devotedly hear regularly about the activities of the Lord in relation with the external energy. They should not foolishly jump up to the activities of the Lord's internal energy, falsely attracted by such activities as his Rashalila. The cheap reciters of the Bhagavatam are very much enthusiastic about the activities of the Lord's internal potency, and the uh, pseudo devotee uh, absorbed in the material sense of enjoyment falsely jump to the stage of liberated soul and thus fall down deeply in the clutches of external energy. Some of them think that to hear about the past some of them think that the hear about the pastimes of Lords means to hear about his activities with gopis or about his pastimes like lifting the Govardhan hill, and they have nothing to do with Lord's uh, plenary expansions as the uh, Purushadvaras, and their pastime of the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the material world. But a pure devotee knows that there is no difference between the pastime of Lord either in Rasalila or in creation, maintenance or destructions of the material world rather the descriptions of such activities of the Lord as the Purusha, Purushavattaras are specifically meant for persons who are in the clutches of external energy. Topics like the Rasalila are meant for liberated soul and not for the conditioned souls. The conditioned souls, therefore, must hear with appreciation and devotion of Lord's pastime in relation with the external energy. And such acts are as good as the hearing of Rasalila in the liberated stage. A conditioned soul should not imitate the activities of liberated soul. Lord Sri Chaitanya never indulged in hearing the Rasalila with ordinary men. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, the signs of God in the past 9 cantos prepare the ground for hearing the 10th canto. This will be further explained in the last chapter of this canto. In the third canto, it will be more explicit. A pure devotee of Lord therefore must begin reading or hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the very beginning and not from the 10th canto. We have several times been requested by some so-called devotees to take up the 10th canto immediately, but we have refrained from the from such an active action because we wish to present Srimad Bhagavatam as the science of Godhead and not as a sensuous understanding for the conditioned soul. This is forbidden by such authorities of as Sri Brahmaji. By reading and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam uh, as a sanctified presentation, the conditioned soul will gradually be promoted to the higher status of transcendental knowledge after being freed from the illusionary energy based on sense enjoyment. Thus, end the Bhaktivedanta purports of second canto, seventh chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled scheduled incarnations with the specific functions. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hari Bol Prabhu.
Jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is explaining about the comparing some of the people, they directly take to the 10th canto and hearing about Krishna's pastimes with the gopis. So Prabhupada is condemning such kind of things here. And they think that Krishna's pastimes that are described in the first canto to ninth canto, all these different incarnations, Varaha Avtara, Matsya Avtara, so many incarnations, they think that they do not uh, need those such kind of pastimes of the Lord. They directly jump into the 10th canto. So that is foolishly. Prabhupada saying, foolishly jump up to the activities of the Lord's internal energy. But actually, devotee sees all pastimes with the Lord in the same level. Either when Krishna was lifting the earth from the Rasatala and then keeping on the water surface. So, Leelaya Punitam Apsunyasya Yayu Harihi. So, by Lord, he keeps that a particular Leela. So, the devotees take the same pleasure as Krishna is when he is performing with the gopis, the Rasa dance. They take the same pleasure. They do not see the much difference. So, that is Prabhupada is explaining here. But the chief reciters of Bhagavatam are very much enthusiastic about the activities of the Lord's internal potency. So they take here and they fall down. And because some of them, they speak Bhagavatam for the sake of livelihood. So they will immediately, they want to please the audience, because if they please the audience, they will get some money, remuneration. So that's why we should not hear. Avaishnava Mukhabudghenam na Shravanam Kartavyam. So this is, we do not get any benefit out of it. And later on, Prabhupada is mentioning, so this, it is about the, some of them think that hear about the pastimes of Lord means to hear about his activities with gopis. So this is the same Prabhupada is explaining here. And about the Purusha avatars, this is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, Karnodak Sai Vishnu, Kshirodak Sai Vishnu. They are in the sources of all this cosmic, material cosmic manifestation. So there is no difference between the pastimes of the Lord. Either it's Lord Rasa Leela or in creation, maintenance, or destruction of the material world. So this is Prabhupada's statements here. And then conditioned souls therefore must hear with appreciation and devotion the Lord's pastimes in relationship with the external energy. First, this is the first level. We need to understand the pastimes, how this universe is created, how the Lord's activities exist with his devotees and everything. And such acts are as good as the hearing of Rasa Leela in the liberated stage. So that's why even liberated souls also, they will take more pleasure in the Rasa Leela. So, but and they take to the liberated souls only take to the devotional service to the Lord. A conditioned soul should not imitate the activities of the liberated souls. Lord Sri Chaitanya never indulged in hearing the Rasa Leela with ordinary men. And so here, a conditioned soul should not imitate the activities of liberated souls. Liberated souls means they are completely free from material entanglements. Like, for example, Sukadeva Goswami has Yam Pravajantam Anupetum Apetukrutyam Dvaipayanu Virhakatar Aduhava Putredi Tanmataya Taravobineduhu Tam Sarvabhota Hrudayam Munimanatosmi Yaswanubhavamaklisati Saramekam Madhyatmadipam Atititishram Tamundham Samsarinam Karunayaha Puranuguhyam Tam Vyasrunu Upayami Guru Muninam. So as soon as Sukadeva Goswami, he has born, and as soon as he was leaving the home immediately. And then Vyasadeva is going behind and Putre Tanmataya Taravo Binetuhu. He was calling Ha Putra like that. And then immediately, so instead of Sukadeva Goswami is responding, all the trees are responding. Taravo Bihi Neduhu. And so such a soul, the great soul, Sukadeva Goswami, who is able to enter into all the heart of the living entities. Tam Sarvabhota Hrudayam Munimanatosmi. And that Sukadeva Goswami, who has understood this Srimad Bhagavatam, studied everything, and he has compassionately recited this to Parikshit Maharaj among all the saintly people when they are surrounded next to the Parikshit Maharaj. So that is Atma Ramashamuniyo Nirghandapi Gurukrame Kurvante Aitikim Bhakti Mittam Bhuta Guno Harihi. They will take the pleasure. But conditioned soul, so first of all, he needs to go Vidhi Bhakti, gradually he needs to completely purify himself from the material contamination by following the Vidhi Bhakti. Vidhi Bhakti is the prescribed duties given by the spiritual master. And he should not imitate the Paramahamsas. And here Lord Chaitanya, he never indulged in hearing the Rasa Leela with ordinary men. He used to discuss with um, Swarupa Damodara Goswami, Ramananda Raya in his close associates, but not with the ordinary people. And later on, Prabhupada is explaining about in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the saints of God, the first 9 cantos prepare the ground for hearing the 10th canto. This will be further explained in the last chapter of this canto. So here, Atra Sargo Visargasha Sthanam Poshanam Utayah Manmantra Ishanakato Nirodha Mukti Rashrayah. Those are the 10 topics that would be explained in the last 10th chapter in all the different topics. But Krishna is the Ashraya, is the 10th canto. That is the 10th topic. That is the 10th canto where the Lord is glorified with all his pastimes, Krishna's pastimes. Okay, in the 10th canto, it will be more explicit, and a pure devotee of the Lord therefore must begin reading of or hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the very beginning and not from the 10th canto. Okay, so that is Prabhupada is explaining here. And because some devotees are asking 10th canto to start immediately, so Prabhupada for such kind of, to mitigate that kind of thing, and also to go to the 10th canto, it would take so many years. But that's why Krishna book has come very quickly. But Srimad Bhagavatam needs to go in the sequence. First canto, second canto, third canto, and then 10th canto. But then we would relish in the 10th canto that a nectarine of those pastime, or we immerse ourselves into deep the ocean of nectar. Okay, that is the 10th canto. But here, Brahma, this is forbidden by such authorities. Jumping straight away into the 10th canto is forbidden by such authorities as Brahmaji. By reading and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam as a scientific presentation, the conditioned souls will gradually be promoted to the higher status of transcendental knowledge after being freed from the illusory energy based on sense enjoyment. So by hearing, we also feel day to day, we have been hearing, I think for last 2 years approximately, this we have completed first canto and coming to the second canto, 7th chapter. So we have got some understanding about the devotional process, and there is always contemplating in the heart everything, what is going to be coming in the next day or after days in coming days. And also we have been hearing some topics from the special topics from Srimad Bhagavatam, so that it would also fulfill the desires of the devotees meanwhile. So this way, gradually we cleared from the freed from the illusory energy based on the sense enjoyment. One would realize himself whether he is, this is a Parisham Shuddha Asayah. Why people come and hear Parisham Shuddha Asayah with clear uh, mm, with a clear vision. So they wanted to free himself from all kinds of contamination. So many people admit that I am very sinful person. I wanted to clear off all the sinful activities. But here, this is the uh, Madharmana Gunairetaihi Parisham Shuddha Asayah. People come to hear about my pastimes. Purushasya Anjisabhyeti Sutamatra Gunam Himam. Just by hearing the Lord's pastimes, everyone will be attracted. If I go to Krishna, all my impurities, sinful activities will be freed. So Kirata Puanandra Pulinda Pulakasha Abhirashum Yavanaha Kasadeha Yenitya Papa Idapashriyasyaha Sujjinitasmai Prabha Vishnave Namaha. Everyone will be clear, completely purified, starting from Kirata, Hona, Andhra. Andhra is still existing in India, South India. So there are so many people. That is where we see in the last 5 years we have seen so many of those such kind of things, and also some laddus thing. So this is kind of people Andhra that is mentioned in the scriptures. I'm not saying my opinions. So this is Kirata Punandra Pulinda Pulkasha Abhirashum Bhayavanaha Kasadeha Ye Nicha Papa Ida Pasriasriyaha Sujintasme Prabha Vishnuve Namaha. So likewise, the scriptures gives how one can free from the illusory energy based on the sense enjoyment. So authorities like the Brahmaji, so they forbidden directly jumping into the Krishna's pastimes. And here Brahma is saying to Narada Muni, "O Narada Muni, with proper determination to propagate Krishna consciousness, you glorify as it is, like Krishna, whatever it is said in the Bhagavad Gita as a summary. सर्वोपनिषदो गावो धोग्धा गोकर्णन्दनः पार्थवत्सः पार्थवत्सः Bhokta. So everyone has to take this Krishna consciousness as it is in the Bhagavad Gita, and to glorify for that we have got Srimad Bhagavatam. These are the pastimes of the Lord. That is Ishwarasya Anumodatah, as Lord is accepting, approving in such a way you describe, my dear child Narada Muni. Likewise, Brahma is saying here and concluding the chapter. Mayam Vannatu Amushya Ishwarasya Anumodatah Shrinutaha Sraddhaya Nityam Maya Atma Namuhyati. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam, and we shall quickly move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, so today is letter to Madhusudana, April 20th, 1970, Los Angeles. Can I request Saranya Mataji to read this small letter, please?
Hare Krishna. My dear Madhusudana, please accept my blessings. I beg to thank you for your letter dated 14th April 1970 and the check for $15, which I have received with a great pleasure. I am very glad that you are appreciating the transcendental benefit out of Krishna consciousness movement. Actually, this is the prime benediction for human society. My Guru Maharaj used to say that there is no scarcity of anything within this world. The only scarcity is people are not aware of Krishna consciousness. The whole world is suffering for want of this great benediction. Therefore, by the grace of Lord Chaitanya, if we have understood the value of this movement, it will mean a great lot as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, and even a little performance in Krishna consciousness activity will save the human society from the greatest danger of life. I am very glad to know that you are trying to understand the philosophy. Now, combinedly, husband and wife preach it all over the world, at least in your great country. Shri
Share A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So here, Prabhu is saying a very strong point that in this world there is no scarcity of everything. Like everything is plenty available. The only thing people are lacking is the basic Krishna consciousness. That's basic connection to Krishna. That is they are missing that. When someone is connected to Krishna, they will have everything, all facilities to do all the thing, like the nature and my everything will support them to forward in the Krishna consciousness movement. So, and Prabhupada was saying even a little performance of Krishna consciousness activity will save human society from greatest danger of life. So the thing that we are doing and the chanting, everything will be tested at the time of death, or when we end in our life. So when we are not able to appreciate what we are doing now, that will give the fruit when at the time of danger, at the time when we end the life. So at that time we will understand the benefit, the credit that we were accumulating. So so at that time we will even appreciate the even little services we were performing during our life. So that Prabhupada was saying the importance of devotional service, importance of the things that we are doing in Krishna consciousness. Even a little thing can save one from the greatest danger of life. So the BTOD circle we can overcome even by a little performance of devotional service. So that is another thing Prabhupada was saying. And Prabhupada was saying, if you come, if understood the importance value of this movement, then just spread it, is like just propagate the consciousness, this philosophy combinedly with husband and wife, preach it all over the world. At least where you are staying, just preach this all over the world. This will save the mankind from the greatest danger of life. So that was Prabhupada was saying. Prabhu, Hare Krishna, this is what I could understand. Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely explained. Thank you so much. Okay, any other additions, dear devotees, you wanted to add? Yeah. Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. As Mataji mentioned, it is what is only the scarcity is that people are not aware of Krishna consciousness. This is Brahma Sampatya, the wealth of the soul, wealth Brahma Sampatya, the wealth of transcendental knowledge. How one can take and accumulate this transcendental wealth, Brahma Sampatya. So this is when we see we can't take this house and everything, either gold or money, anything with us. We take the wealth we have accumulated. Bhakti, this is the Bhakti Dhanam, the wealth of devotion. This is the only people are lacking. So Prabhupada is mentioning here, actually, this is the prime benediction for the human society. My Guru Maharaj to say that there is no scarcity of anything within this material world. Only scarcity is people are not aware of Krishna consciousness. This is Brahma Sampatya, wealth of the devotional service. This we can take with us at the time of death, as Mataji mentioned. We can take all things. So even a little bit. Swalpamapyasa dharmasya ite mahato bhayat. So Krishna mentions it 240 in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, that would save the human society from the greatest danger of life. Okay, and also Prabhupada is instructing here combinedly husband and wife, preach it all over the world, at least in your great country. Very nicely explaining here. Thank you, Mataji. Any other additions, dear devotees? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so tomorrow, Saturday morning, we continue with our special topic Bhagavatam as well after our regular Bhagavatam. That Vaikuntha description, it is a very beautiful pastime. And then tomorrow evening, we have got Bhagavad Gita regular session with Shri Mataji at 7 p.m. And Sunday, we have got at 11 a.m. A special singer from Kolkata is coming to Bhaktivedanta Mana. And Devashish Prabhuji has already communicated in the through WhatsApp. So devotees, if you get a chance, so kindly take that opportunity. Okay, these are the updates. If you, dear devotees, if you have got any other updates, if you want to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, if there are no updates, then we shall conclude and continue with the further japa. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्द जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की
की जय।
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna.
हरे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर